To my left is the Balmoral Hotel. The oldest building in Edinburgh Castle is 𝕰𝖉𝖎𝖐 Cathedral. Behind me is the monument of Sir Walter Scott. If you look at these buildings, this is part of the old town. Look how beautiful they are and look how old they are. When you stand at the top of Carlton Hill, you can get a full 360 degrees view. People, Edinburgh is for women.
Welcome to Scotistani. My name's James. We're about to do a show for the people here at YouTube. Hope you have a great day. Pay me. No, have a great day. Now what?
We'll edit the pay me.
Okay. I'm about to say stop. A bit quicker. Stop. Your voice really well there. Voice very clear. I wanted to say stop up there. Okay, watch this. This is the chosen card. This is the chosen card. I don't know what the card is, but it's in the middle of the deck. Now, Amanda.
हम यहाँ खड़े हैं रॉयल माइल में ये magician को देख रहे हैं ये कार्ड ट्रिक कर रहा है हर साल यहाँ कोई ना कोई कुछ करते रहता है यहाँ फ्रिंज में लेकिन फ्रिंज फिनिश हो गया फिर भी यहाँ लोग खड़े होते हैं
Watch this. Watch closely. Watch this. Amanda, what? Hip.
I forgot to say abracadabra. Oh.
It tastes really bad. Amanda, it's got your name right across the page.
बहुत सारे स्टैचूज हैं और यूजुअली सारे आदमी को होते हैं या कुत्ते बिल्ली के होते हैं औरतों के कोई स्टैचूज नहीं है हमको ये चेंज करना पड़ेगा
I suppose जिस era में से ये लोग हैं उसमें women didn't have as many opportunities as we have today and hence they didn't get a chance to do something like what Adam Smith did.
Yeah, बिल्कुल लेकिन क्वीन विक्टोरिया तो थी ना
Royalty की तो अलग बात है and I'm just talking about common people.
बिल्कुल This building in front of us is Edinburgh's City Chambers. It's not as nice as Glasgow City Chambers, I have to admit. Glasgow building from the outside is much more grand and also from the inside as well. Glasgow City Chambers is, I would say, much more beautiful. But this is Edinburgh City Chambers and we have meetings here. Yeah, it's just a nice wee courtyard. Another statue, I said to you, there are more statues of men and animals and here we have Alexander the Great and his horse. Still no women statues. We will keep continuing to look for them. We're just going to be having a look at St Mary's Close in front of us now. It was built by 𝕰𝖉𝖎𝖏 in 1840. 𝕰𝖉𝖎𝖏 was actually an editor of a paper called Witness, which was published from here. So you can actually get a tour of Mary King's Close. It just really is an old tenement building. This is a visitor attraction for Edinburgh. You see from the photos here what it's like inside. It was what it was like in the 1800s, how people lived in those days. And you see the photo at the top where they used to hang their clothes. Very dark, very dreary. They wouldn't have got a lot of sunlight there. I'm so glad we've moved on now. My tan would have suffered here. This is a silent disco that we're having here, which annoys everybody so much. So they go around the city wearing headphones and singing songs. This is St Giles' Cathedral. St Giles is the patron saint of Edinburgh. If you look at the architecture, it's absolutely stunning. The amount of detail that has been put into this building, which is a few hundred years old. Not only are the stained glass and the windows so beautifully designed, but the turrets at the top as well. Imagine having to build this. Imagine having to stand at the top of those. And you see at the top there's those gold balls. No one's going to steal them, are they? Look at the detail, look at all the kings that have been kings and saints of the statues that are there. Look at the entrance, the door. Imagine the craftsmanship that would have had to have gone into making this building all those hundreds of years ago. What talent we had in Scotland. We can actually go inside, but we're not allowed to take the camera inside. But it's something for you to come and visit. If you come to Edinburgh, come to St Giles' Cathedral and have a look inside. We're now looking at a ghost that came from St Mary's Close. Ghost with her baby there.
ये ghost मुझे देख के smile क्यों करती है?
आपको recognize करती है? बेचारा इस पेंडेमिक के टाइम में बहुत मुश्किल टाइम गुजारे हैं जो आर्ट वाले लोग हैं ना, बिकॉज ना कोई कॉमेडी हो रहा है ना कोई ड्रामा हो रहा है, तो जो लोग आर्ट्स में काम करते हैं, एक्टर्स, प्रोड्यूसर्स, राइटर्स, डायरेक्टर्स, सब के लिए बहुत मुश्किल टाइम है. Now we're walking in, this is called the Castle Mile, because it's the road up to the castle. And this is a Scottish piper. You see that he's wearing the full tartan outfit. You can't call it a skirt, it's a kilt. If you call it a skirt, they'll kill you. And it's very warm, made of about 6 yards of material. In fact, not too dissimilar to a sari, but just slightly shorter. We're standing next to the most beautifulest man in Edinburgh. His name is called Bonnie Prince Charlie. Unfortunately, he's dead. So if you know any other single men, get in touch. There's a lot of shops now on the way up to the castle, all the very Scottish shops, House of Scotland, Pringle of Scotland. Pringle is a manufacturer of woolen stuff. There's Royal Cashmere, there's Harris Tweed Hebrides, there's Heritage of Scotland, there's Thistle, Do Nicely. These are all the shops that will take us up to the castle. This is a camera obscura, it's the world of illusions. So if you go in there, you can see yourself looking very silly. I don't need to do that, I just have to look in the mirror. We're walking up towards the castle, really exciting. To our left is what is called the Scottish Whisky Experience. Whisky या बनती है स्कॉटलैंड में. स्कॉटलैंड की स्पेशलिटी है salmon, fish, whisky और haggis. अब हम जा रहे हैं castle के सामने. देखें ये कैसल की बिल्डिंग अभी आएगी, बहुत ही खूबसूरत है. एडिनबरा कैसल 800 साल पुराना है, 800 साल. और एडिनबरा जो सिटी है ना, वो कहते हैं कि वो 8000 BC से यहाँ लोग रहते थे. कितने पुराने ज़माने की सिटी है एडिनबरा. So Edinburgh Castle is over 800 years old. The oldest part of the castle is St Margaret's Cathedral that was built. That's the oldest part of the castle. The rest of the castle has been rebuilt over the years, and you can see because of its position high up on the hills, it was perfect for looking out for people who were going to invade the city. Look at the views, look at the view. This is the whole of Edinburgh, one side of Edinburgh city. Isn't it just beautiful? Far away you can see Hill End ski slopes, the artificial ski slope that we have in Edinburgh. It's the nearest we get to going up to the Highlands. Just to the left you can see Arthur's Seat. This is a huge rock in the middle of Edinburgh, which lots of people come up and climb. In front of us we can see these are some of the oldest buildings in Edinburgh, and they was called part of the Old Town. And when they became too full, they needed to move the people somewhere, so then they built the new town. And the irony is now the buildings in the new town are worth so much more than the old town. The skyline in Edinburgh is absolutely beautiful. These are the Pentland Hills you've just seen to your left. So we're We're just walking along King George IV Bridge. Remember I told you that King George was a king of the United Kingdom, or Scotland, and he named all the places after him. So this is King George IV Bridge. And if you look down, you can actually see this is the road to the grass market. This is normally very busy during the fringe, but it's quiet just now. But further down, the grass market was called the grass market because they used to have a market there and they used to sell animals that would feed on grass. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I would think it would be called after. We're now going to be walking down King George Bridge and we're going to be going to the cafe where seemingly J.K. Rowling wrote her Harry Potter stories. We're standing outside the Elephant House, which is meant to be the birthplace of Harry Potter. Seemingly J.K. Rowling came here to write some of her stories. I think she used quite a lot of cafes in Edinburgh, but this one has been really quick off the marketing idea, so it's worked really well for them. They've even got a sign. You can see the sign that says the birthplace of Harry Potter. Yeah, and they've even got like mugs you can buy and takeaway cups and everything. Excellent marketing, they must be Asian. We're now going to go inside and try some of their coffee.
Lubna, thank you so much for showing us around, right, Edinburgh, and it was so nice to have a trip with you or have like just a walk. And I didn't know so many things about Edinburgh, so that was really great. Now I would like to ask a question that it's very unusual in Asian community to become a comedian. How did you find like inclination towards that?
Yes, you're right. It is unusual for a Pakistani woman to be a comedian. And one of the reasons I wanted to do it was to embarrass my children. But no, I like making people laugh, and I think laughter is best medicine. And when you're as old as I am, then so many things have happened to me that I have to tell stories. So I want to share that. I want to share those stories with people. I wanted to do comedy because I think it's a great way to show the world that Pakistani people can be funny. And my advice to anybody who wants to do comedy, no matter what age you are, you can start, right? You can start doing comedy at any age, is to do a course. There's an art, there's a science to comedy, you know, and there's a structure to it. And once you understand that, then you can just go. And the more you practice something, it's like muscle memory. The more you practice it, the better you'll become at it. I'm Scottish, I'm Pakistani, I'm Muslim, and to be honest, I was apprehensive about what the response might be, because being a comedian is not the expected role, shall we say, of a woman, and I was more nervous than my expected response. And actually I was really surprised. People have been very supportive within the community because they're fed up being stereotyped as bad people, as, you know, who don't have any education, who don't do anything of worth. So actually the response has been really positive, and I would encourage anybody to go and do it, because we need to change the image that the people have in the world of Pakistani people. That we can be funny, we know how to tell a joke, and we can make people laugh, and laughter is best medicine after all. We're standing next to 𝕾𝖆𝖆𝖆𝖆. This is a statue of a dog who was very loyal to his master. And when his master died, the dog would sit next to his grave, and he did that for 15 years. 15 years, can you imagine? This dog was so loyal to his master. And what happened was the dog and the master are both buried in this graveyard behind us. And the person who looked after the graveyard then started to look after the dog. And actually through time, the city, the people of Edinburgh began to love this dog, which we now call 𝕾𝖆𝖆𝖆𝖆. People from all over the world come here and want to stroke his nose because they think it brings him good luck. This is 𝕾𝖆𝖆𝖆𝖆's kirk, where the dog is buried here. 𝕾𝖆𝖆𝖆𝖆𝖆 is buried in this kirkyard. I'd like to thank Anila and her wonderful team for allowing me to show them Edinburgh, my home city. And if you like what you're seeing, then why don't you subscribe to Scotistani on YouTube channel? It'd be wonderful to have your support.